Hey guys, welcome to Communimate Showcase, where we showcase all your art and animations here at the Communimate Discord. My name is Rocco, and today we'll be going over an artist who is well ahead of our time. A very progressive, transcendent, and inspiring influencer who I have had the greatest privilege to have met. And that person is the one and only Decatagon. Even his name is an artistic enigma. Decatagon, if you unscramble the words, becomes an anagram of the word anecdotic. If you didn't know, anecdotes, according to Wikipedia, are brief, revealing accounts, often in the form of short stories about people or incidents. This is a fitting way to describe how art is perceived. It always tells a story, and it takes a critical eye to reveal what they are. So without further ado, let's analyze some of Decatagon's recent masterpieces to see if we can piece together his story. Here we have one of his most iconic pieces, titled Please Let Me Die. What I love most about this one is the sheer inner conflict the man in this portrait can be seen going through. His facial expression is that of a forced smile. You can see he's actually frowning and only lifting the right side of his mouth out of necessity. His wide eyes suggest desperation and confusion as to why no one has helped him die yet, further supported by his very apparent shrug. This overall goes to show how confusing life itself is. We humans for millennia have been looking for meaning in it, but if we are still unable to find any satisfying answers, doesn't that mean we're doing it wrong, looking at only one side of the coin? Life and death are two equal halves that have no meaning on their own, but perhaps mean everything together. Here we have one of his more modest pieces, titled Tears Will Be Shed. The face, devoid of almost any extraneous details and emotion, was obviously done on purpose to put the focal point on, of course, the tear, as you can see, on the right eye. It is crooked, unnatural. Nothing like a teardrop in real life. Perhaps this refers to how sadness is an unnatural emotion to begin with. Think about it. Out of all animals in the world, humans are the only ones who can actually feel sadness to the point of crying. No other animal sheds tears. They all live content, simple lives. But we humans have created a world, a society, where overwhelming sadness has become possible in a world where crying was previously impossible. Here we have yet another infamous piece, a self-portrait if you will, striking the stereotypical paint me like one of your French girls pose. The being portrayed here can either be a man or woman, it doesn't matter, because this piece is meant to be a critique of the genre of self-portraits themselves. It is devoid of any details or color, a stylistic choice that is recurring in Decatagon's work. But here it is done meaningfully. When we look at self-portraits, they are drawings of ourselves, but it is a warped mirror that can blind us to what we really look like. Take the self-portraits of Napoleon Bonaparte, for example. According to historical records, he had always requested his artist to paint him taller than he actually was, since he was very sensitive about his short stature. This is reflected in modern-day self-portraits as well, where editing and Photoshop can be used to no end to alter our public appearance, causing us to neglect our quirks and imperfections. Soon we may all end up like this guy, wiped of all our color, becoming a monochrome species of what society deems as perfect, no matter how warped and unnatural that actually is. Decatagon is truly a thoughtful artist, which is why mere drawings can't always contain his deep and powerful messages. So he's currently creating beautiful animations that I'll share with you.
Hey.
Very abstract, I know, but the meaning of this is rather straightforward. Firstly, if you look closely and pause at the right frame, you'll see a face with the swirly eyes that Pokemon have after they faint, which means that whatever he's digging is alive. Alive like the Earth itself. Yes, this video is a clever metaphor for man's insatiable and mindless desire to dig, build, populate, and ultimately destroy the planet until it eventually faints or dies. Now on to his next one.
This video is longer than 5 seconds.
Oof, I've been bamboozled. I clicked on the video knowing full and well that it isn't 5 seconds, but expected otherwise based on the title. My foolish mistake was exactly what Decatagon wished to critique here, and to point the finger right at us viewers, to say that we are the ones at fault for the numerous clickbaity content on YouTube nowadays, not the producers of them. We choose to click, and when we lend them our eyes, they have us in their grasp. To lie, deceive, do whatever they want. Because at the end of the day, whether we think the video was bad or not, they still got their ad revenue from us. So it is up to us to simply ignore clickbait and not play their game. The splitting, snake-like tongue at the end there was obviously a biblical reference to the devil's snake from Adam and Eve, who of course, against their better judgment, chose to eat the forbidden fruit, knowing full and well that they would get punished from God. We humans are very intelligent beings, but the obvious consequences of our actions often elude us. Don't let clickbait win. Don't let the devil win.
Are you naked?
Yes.
Now this piece harkens back to the Tears Will Be Shed drawing that we analyzed earlier, about how the division between humans and animals are ever increasing. Animals don't cry, but we cry. Animals don't wear clothes, but we take great pride in what we wear. The Catagon bravely confronts this reality by showing how we view people who don't wear clothes as freaks, disgusting nudists, and is even treated as a crime just like murder. When the naked man affirms his naked state with confidence rather than feeling ashamed as one would expect, this completely shatters the clothed man's fragile psyche, as you can see in the last frame. He realizes that being naked can be itself a form of self-expression. We have always relied on what we wear to express ourselves for us. Now, this last piece is one of the few of the Catagon's work that I have yet to decipher.
I hate it when trees fly.
This has kept me up at night for weeks now, but whatever symbolism that this represents continues to elude me, even for an abstract art connoisseur like myself. It might as well be the modern-day Da Vinci Code. I just can't crack it. My current theory is that the tree represents society. Just like trees in a forest, we are all stuck to the ground. We try to grow and spread our branches, but we can never truly reach the sky and be free. The man that says I hate it when trees fly could be the government or any higher power, who of course want to maintain control and keep all the trees rooted to the ground. Because if one tree becomes free, they lose whatever fragile grasp they have on the people. But that's just a working theory. Feel free to comment what you think the Catagon is trying to say. Now I hope this session of Communimate Showcase has been an enlightening experience, just as it was for me. If you would like to meet this true philosopher, the Catagon himself, please feel free to join our server in the description, and hopefully he will inspire you to create your own masterpieces.